Okay, I think we finally got settled here. Yeah, there's just a few items I want to go over this late in the day. I'm sorry it's so late. I usually do in the morning, but I see somebody's going to be on live on Let's Go Help to answer your questions about applying for grants. Okay, and I think they're on the top of the hour, the next hour, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune in. That's one of our volunteer members. In other words, the members who've got a lot of money and things like that, what they do is they volunteer to help other members to learn how the system goes and get some personal help instead of from a wise ass like me who dresses like a clown. I mean, I don't know how anybody believes me. That's a little tough. But I ran into an interesting idea that our life gets broken a lot. You know, I mean, we don't know how to fix it. And that's what I'm doing with the Let's Go Help, and I've been doing 49 years now, is trying to show people how to fix things with free money. You know, in other words, everybody thinks that, well, we have to go to Google and buy stuff to fix our life. And that's not true at all. I mean, if you have a lot of money, you certainly can do that. But for people who don't have a lot of money, you can fix your life without having money. And that's what I'm trying to teach, and that's what we're trying to do at Let's Go Help. And that's what I'm so proud of, the fact that we only charge $20, to do this. And you can ask us 1,000 questions a day if you like, and you get personal help, not only from me like this, but also from our grant experts that are on staff, and also members. We got a couple dozen members that go live just to take your questions. In other words, they're there. Hey, how you can say, hey, how did you do this? How did you get out of this problem? And they're just wonderful, loving people. And everybody here, I've yet to find a bad apple in this bunch, so to speak. And they just are loving people that give so much and share their feelings about how they want to help people. And that's where I am in this stage of my life too. And I wish I was like this the whole time. A lot of stuff gets in our head that, it's put there and we think that's important. And we have to go through it sometimes because it's not important. We have to find out for ourselves. And so if you have everybody around you saying stuff and, oh God, well, I could do that, I guess. And you do it and it's not coming from your heart. And I think that's what wastes so much of us, that the most things we do not come from our heart. And when they do come from our heart, man, you're just better at it. You do it better. You enjoy it more. I mean, I haven't worked in 50 years maybe because I finally found something I really want to do. And no matter how good or bad it is, I'm going to stay here and do it until I croak. I mean, that sounds morbid, but fuck, it's true. And croaking is true. We all have to do it sooner or later. So let me tell you about when things break in your life, what to do. Okay, like car repair. Okay, now that stops people. If you don't have a place to fix your car, I mean, that can be a few hundred, a few thousand, or whatever. Okay, now there are a couple places. What I think is the best place to look for this car repair. If you're not a member, we have a report. If you're a member, we give you Let's Go's Meta Grant report, and that's the whole kitchen sink, and and in there is a section on car repair. But if you're not, and that's what I'm trying to educate people who are not indoctrinated away, to try to make sure that more people know about the system is there. And I think the best way to get help with car repair, tell you the truth, is using AI. And I'll put these links in the bottom. I don't know how to do it on TikTok yet, but on Instagram and on YouTube, I'll put the links to the chat I set up that you could copy. And I use chatgtp.com. And you could use 3.5, don't have to pay. There's a 0.40, but that's $20 a month. And I wouldn't pay that, I'd use the 3.5. And here's what you would say. Okay, and it's just a chatting thing. It's like an IM or something. If anybody, if you're texting a message, this is what IM is like. I mean, artificial intelligence, AI, IM. What the? I knew there was an I in there somewhere. So AI, and you just say, hey, give me a listing of 60 websites. Say websites. So they give you the websites from nonprofit organizations and government offices. That's a key. Using AI to find free money and help. The key is putting the words in there called, I want sources, I want websites from nonprofit organizations and government offices. You say those two that provide help for car repairs. And then put your state or your city if you want. See what you get. If the city doesn't have enough, put your state, and then you get more. And I put in Pennsylvania, and my sample is Pennsylvania, and there's 60 places for free money and help for car repair. This is becoming a very popular item from people who are trying to help people who don't have money. And because if you don't have a car, you can't get to work. If you can't get to work, you're not earning money. If you're not earning money, that means you're going to ask the government for more money. It's easier to give you $1,000, get your car fixed, and make sure you get to work, right? Instead of having, you need more help to that. So that's what's there. And so it's car repair. Chat, GTP, GPT.com. And use 3.5, and then you don't have to pay for anything. And it's good to start using that. I mean, AI is not good for everything. I used to test a lot of things with video. It sounds great. I mean, I could say, give me a script on free money to build a house or something like that. And they'll do that. They'll do it. They'll take it. And then they'll make a video out of it with a voiceover and sample videos from stock footage. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, it looks great. But my stuff I know so well, that's not good enough for me. So it'll fill, it's good for filler, and if you want to do something just to fill the stuff, but it's not from anybody's heart, and they don't know it as well as I do, and things like that. So I tried using it for a while or two. Now, the kinds of things that really has been nice that when you edit videos now, it cuts out all the background noise very easy. It also puts titles in, your words. Like if you use YouTube now, everything comes with words all coming all over. So when you're editing videos, it puts the words right in. So it's things like that that are practical and nice. But actually designing something, it's not that smart if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then it's great. But it's not good if you know what you're doing. So that's for car. That's what stops a lot of us is car repair. Okay. Now the next thing is home repair. So these are things that break in your life, and when they're broken, man, your life stops. Your car stops, right? You stop. Your house is falling apart, then you're falling apart, right? So you got to find money for that. Okay, again, we have if you remember, look at item number 8 in the Let's Go Metagram report, and then all the stuff we have on that. But if you're not a member, then you want to go here. You want to go to findhelp.org, okay? And then they'll ask you to put in your zip code, and you put in your zip code, and then you put home repair. I mean, I get 200 organizations. Nonprofit organization. See, Find Help is only government and nonprofit organizations. So that's why if you do this in Google, you're going to get all those other people, and those other people are billions. So instead of getting 200 people that don't charge you to repair your home, you get 200 million people that charge you to get a home, except the 200 that are nonprofit and government. But you can't find those fuckers. So you're stuck with 200 million and wallowing in that cesspool until you get so fed up, you're going to throw money at somebody just to get out of there and try to solve the problem. You don't know your options. And the options are pay or not pay. So there's your two options. You want to pay to have it done? Go to Google. You don't want to pay to have it done? Then go to places like Find Help and other sources, okay? So pay or not pay. So if you have a lot of money, God bless you. Yeah, but the problem is 63% of America cannot afford a $500 bill. 63% of all Americans can't afford to pay a $500 bill that comes in. So an emergency bill comes in at $500, they're screwed. They can't. Okay, so that means they're going to go credit card debt. They're going to do all these kind of go to loan shark or payday loans, which are loan sharks. The modern day, they're legal loan sharks. What happens is the payday loan people find out how to make them legal. They could charge 500%. Okay, and if they get a law changed, so they got a law changed, and now they can charge 500%. Oh, by the way, you could also use instead of Chat GPT, Gemini.google.com. Gemini.google.com. And for ChatGPT, what you have to be careful of, and when I give you the list from my ChatGPT, the links will not be hot links. Okay, you could copy Gemini.google.com, and the links in there you can copy, and the links will be hot when you copy. But you have to run it real. So it's free. So you go to ChatGPT.3.0 and put it in and get it real. And when you see it for the first time, all those links are hot. And I don't find Gemini as thorough as ChatGPT, but it may be just what I'm searching. I mean, you got to figure out who's good for what. You know, they may be good for certain things and not good for other things. Okay, so that's home repair. Okay, the other thing is your life's falling apart. Okay, you got a shitty job. You're not making enough money or whatever. Well, that's a broken life, right? And so what do you do with a broken life? Well, you try to learn how to make more money, okay? Now, the most popular way to make more money is getting trained and get a better job, right? Okay, how do you do that? You don't have money. That's okay, that's why I'm here, to show you how to get a better job when you ain't got no money. Okay, and most of these programs now for people to get a better job, I mean, they are for people with degrees, but a lot of them are people without degrees, or people with degrees are not making money because they have the wrong degree to make money. And so what they have now in the government is so much all over the country. And the place to start is at your careeronestop.org. So that's careeronestop.org. And you make an appointment. All this stuff is make an appointment. When you're looking for home grants, you call on the phone. When you're looking for car repair, you call on the phone. You don't look a place for fill out a form and somebody send your money. I mean, that may happen, but don't count on it, and don't start like that, because you're going to waste a lot of time filling out forms and get nothing. You call people and say, hey, am I eligible for your program? This is my situation. And they'll say yes, no, maybe. And then if they say no, we'll say, can you suggest somebody else? Because that's the best thing that's going to happen to you. When you ask somebody who's in this business to helping people like you who don't have income to solve a problem and who's there to try to help you solve that, they'll know of other people, because they study this all the time. They talk to hundreds of people like you all the time, you know, and other people in the business that are doing this kind of work. They know them and know where they are and if they're for you or not. Let's see, okay. And so that's careeronestop.org. Now, but you can't stop there. Now, this is interesting. If you go again to findhelp.org, why you want to go to them? Because I told you earlier, that's where all the .govs and the .orgs are, the people that do not charge you for help. And you put in job training, okay? I put it in for where I live, okay? And there's 235 nonprofit organizations, government offices that help with job training. That means they're giving you not only free job training, but money to live on, money for transportation, money for daycare. They're trying to get you, you know, to have a high-paying job so nobody has to worry about you anymore. And that's what this is for. It's all very selfish, because otherwise they have to do more social service work. So if they get you to have a higher income, then you know, you're off the dole, as they say. So that's it. 235 organizations that are there where I live to help people train for a better job. 235. All incomes, all ages. I mean, don't forget, even if you're 60, 70 even, you can go get trained, you got another 20 years or more probably left in life, you know, and what the hell? If you're working and you're doing something you love, you're working, well, wow, that beats watching TV. and helping people. So that's important. So that's your career. How to stuff that. Okay, your teeth get broken. And this is a lot of health problems, because most health insurance companies only cover from the neck down. You know, they don't cover eyes, they don't cover teeth, they don't cover mental health. And so there's a lot of dental care that people need. Okay, how do you find free and low cost dental care? Okay, easy. You go to needymeds.org. This is a wonderful website that keeps track of all kinds of health care, dental care, and the mental care problems, and who gives it for free, and all the programs in every state and everything. So if you go there, needymeds.org, and you'll see a listing of all the clinics, all the free and low-cost clinics where you live. I put in my zip code, and I had 25 free and low-cost clinics. Actually, there's a woman who lives down the hall who takes one of the clinics, and the dental clinics and medical clinics. And one of the medical clinics, they only charge me $50, and I feel guilty because I could really pay, but you know, that's a requirement. I mean, it's silly, but it's there, and that's to me it's silly but hurtful that people are going by life not realizing they're there for them, and living in a broken life that can be fixed. It's like having a car that's not working well. So you can get that fixed. If your body isn't working well, you can get that fixed and not pay. Okay, and that Needy Meds is wonderful for co-pays. It's wonderful for getting free prescription drugs and all kinds of stuff that you have no idea that you could get. Okay, and here's another interesting thing, particularly for housing. What's happening now, HUD's thinking about giving cash instead of vouchers. And they're discussing that and trying to get a lot of feedback from people now. That what they're going to do, I mean, instead of giving a voucher and trying to find a landlord to pay for it, they'll give you, you know, if you need a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, they give you $3,000 a month and you find it. Yeah. So the landlord doesn't have to go through the bureaucratic mess, and you got it, and you have the money and can pay, and then you have that landlord doesn't have to even know that you're getting a voucher, you know, because you have cash, you're coming in the door with cash. And actually also those programs that give out rental assistance also have down payment money and 1-month rent money. So if you have to go to a new place. Again, if you need rent help, you go to findhelp.org and put in rent, and you'll find, again, 200 or more organizations that just help with rent. The key to all of this is when you find those 200 organizations, you get on the phone and start talking to them. And this is what I see that a lot of our members that are helping members do, is that they lived that. Nothing happened to them, and so they started talking to people, and so they're able to relate their experience and how it helped them, instead of me yelling at you with a clown suit on. You can't trust me, that's silly. But you can, these people, and they're wonderful, loving people that all they want to do is help, and that's all we want to do at Let's Go Help, is help as many people as we can with this. People need it. 63% of the people in America can't afford a $500 emergency bill. And so that's why there's programs to help you. Now, it may not be easy, so roll up your sleeves and be careful. You may have to work. It may be easy, but see, if I tell you it's easy and try to pretend it's easy, you're going to stop, and you can't. The people who don't get the money are the people who stopped because it wasn't easy enough for them. We got to get more people to get in there and try harder. And that's why we only charge $20, so you could keep coming back and getting help and encouragement and tips and information or whatever on where else to go and more options in life, because it's all about options. You're out of the game once you're out of options, and we want to keep your options overflowing and only with sources that do not charge you. only with sources that give you money, not take your money. And that's why we're all trained to do Google. Google is a place if you want to spend money. Everybody there wants to get your money. Everyone we give you will never ask for your money. They give you money. And that's what we have to teach more people about in this country, is about this. I mean, this represents over a third of everything in our economy is either nonprofit or government. And we don't use it because all we know is about the stuff that wants our money because they advertise. These other people don't advertise. So that's why we don't know. So learn the alternative in life. It's a lot cheaper and more rewarding because you don't feel pissed off you had to give somebody so much money and it still didn't work. See, that's the thing in life. Most things you're going to do are not going to work anyway. And then you have to fail and get through that. But that's the only way you grow, is by getting out there and failing at stuff that doesn't work. Then you try something else. But you won't try something else until what you have fails. So when you have that fails, then you say, hey, well, maybe we should try this. And you see, it's not so bad after all. And this is how people grow. This is how we all grow. We all have a chance to grow in this country. We still do. I believe it so much. I mean, a schmuck like me was a coal miner's grandson. Both my grandparents were coal miners. Came from Czechoslovakia and the coal mines in Pennsylvania. Dad had a little business and put me to college and kicked me out the door and went out and built myself a life. And it's fun. We can't do that here. But you have to be flexible and don't trust your heart more than your brain. See you soon, guys. Let'sGoHelp.com if you're not a member. Let us help you. Let us take care of you and help you as much as we can daily. Should I pay $20 too? If you're not a member. But if you're not a member, you don't have to. You could just use it. Get the stuff from the videos that we do. I don't charge on YouTube and everything I try to give away. And I'm going to put these links on Instagram and YouTube as soon as I stop this. But the action is, at least for us, is on Let'sGoHelp.com. Okay? See ya. Thank you so much. You've given me the best part of life I've ever had. And that's saying a lot.